Hello everyone, it's Sloth here, and today we are again with the Dimir. However, even though it's control, even though it removes creatures and counters spells, this is definitely a very different Dimir. It's very aggressive and it wants to kill the enemy, which I really like, because sometimes in Dimirs you cannot close the game very quickly, and with this one you definitely can. And for the stats, because that's the stat block. We went 4 and 3, we won 4 games, we lost 3 games in Mythic, so honestly I think that's really good. 57% win rate, definitely better deck on the play, because we want to have Kaito in the board. And yeah, that's the stats. I think we can go into deck intro, because that's where the meat of the deck is. Alright, and now we are in the deck list. So basically, this is a control deck. However, it plays much more aggressively than usually the decks. So our card advantage in this deck is Kaito, Lolth and Bankbuster. And as you can notice, all of those card draw engines also have the other mode of killing enemy. Probably Kaito the least, because his tokens are 1-1, but still, it's something that attacks. Bankbuster, it can get crewed and attack for 4, and this is actually something we very often do in this deck. And Lolth, of course, capitalizes on all the spiders, all the little things. And the real hero of the deck, something you don't see every day, Skyclave Shade. A card that is really sweet. It has very strong drawbacks, and it doesn't seem to fit exactly into control. However, we made it work in few ways. So, for those who don't play it, it's basically a 3-1 creature that gets back every time you play the land. And you can pay more to get a kicker version. So it attacks for 5 then. So basically you just have this creature and it always attacks and doesn't block, and it's like one directional strategy that lives on its own on your board. So you are playing control and the Shade is just smirking whatever every turn. Enemy very often doesn't remove it unless he has exile effect. But with this deck we actually will attack with any creature, because we have Kaito and this is a 2-drop, so that's really good synergy, because you want to attack whatever with whatever, and 3-1 means that it will trade with something very well if the enemy will block. So very often they just do not block and you get a free card from Kaito Shizuki. Also, every single time this dies, Lolth gets a counter. So this is actually also important. And the 3 power means that they can crew the Bankbuster, and this is actually such a huge deal, because in a way Skyclave Shade in this deck has haste, and it also has 4 attack, because you usually use the Bankbusters to draw, and at some point they just lie there, you know, with 4 attacks and no counters. And then you play Skyclave, basically you top deck a land, you play this, then the landfall effect comes into play and you can play the Shade. You can even go with the kicker, and then you crew the Bankbuster, attack for 4, enemy is double pressured. He needs to kill the Bankbuster, but also he needs to answer the Shade, which is even bigger. And this is how we kill the enemy. For this reason, we also have 4 Hive of the Eye Tyrant, because we really want to hit stuff, and 3 of Hall of the Storm Giants, because this really deals a lot of damage. So it really amplifies what the Shade is about. So if enemy is at 20 and you activate the Hall, he doesn't really care. If enemy is at 10 and you do it and you have Shade in the game, he definitely cares about this attack quite a lot. So it all sums up into a lot of pressure that makes enemy play a bit different than usually against control. They cannot just wait forever, especially that this is a very serious attacker that only costs 2 mana. So if you have 4 mana, you can cast this and still have Negate up. And for 1 turn you are protected with Negate, and for the rest of the game you don't need to play anything, because Shade will force something from the enemy sooner or later. What more, they are really good against Planewalkers. So to supplement the a bit lack of value, because as you can see we don't have like Memory Deluge, direct card draw, except the Bankbuster and Planewalkers. So this is why we have Lier, because basically we have mostly 1-for-1 cards. Bloodchief First, March, Infernal Grasp, they all go 1-for-1. The only like sweeper we have is Meathook Massacre, We have 3 of them. And also we have card negative Fading Hopes, because they are really good, because you can protect the shades from the exile effects, and you can just protect the Lier when it comes into play at some point in the game. And of course it's a very good aggressive tool, especially against decks that target their creatures, which they are pretty often right now. So normally Fading Hope is card negative, but against this kind of decks you can answer, you know, when they target, you bounce the creature and suddenly it's basically a 1 mana removal in a way. So really good card. Alright, I just explained why Fading Hope is great. I'm sure you never knew about it. But jokes aside, this deck is really aggressive and it feels nice. It's like a mix of control and aggressive deck that kills the enemy much faster than you think. And the moment enemy is out of options, like you got the control over the game, you can go with so much aggression that you will kill him in 2 or 3 next turns. And you have 4 shades, so you will most likely hit them very quickly in the game. Especially with the Bankbuster, like if you draw for 1-2 turns, you definitely will have at least one of those casted with Kicker, and the enemy dies in 4 turns just from this. So pretty sweet. With the results you saw the stats, and for my deck review, I think it's pretty decent deck. It's probably not tier 1, but definitely a very interesting, very fresh deck that can compete in Mythic, so what can you want more? And with that being said, if you like the deck, if you like the channel, if you like what we are doing here, as always, don't forget to subscribe, it really helps, and if you like the video, share with your friends, let everyone know. And yeah, I think we can go into the games, and thank you for watching, really. Enjoy the games and have a nice rest of the weekend if you are watching it on Sunday. Alright, so we are on the draw. However, we have pretty strong removal hand, and I like Field of Ruin because it can make Skyclave Shade back into the game if we need it. Okay, that's interesting. This is one of the few situations that I might go for the March. But I think it's not enough of a threat. Like, if that was a different creature of the same type, I would probably do it. Alright, and now it's worth it, because we go card for card then. What? What is this layout? Like, sure. Skyclave Shade. I think Lolth is a bit more important than the removal. I kinda hate it, but I think in this situation it's justified. Especially that we have 4 of them, so we'll get another sooner or later. Let's get rid of the hives. And we have in one of the few situations when I played double hive. Alright. This one is more scared, so we get rid of it right now. And let's go for... yeah, enemy probably has basic lands. He needs to activate it. Enemy will have only 2 cards and one is the top deck, so it can't be as good as the other one. Yep. Okay, and now we know everything. Yeah, we know what's going on here. Having some fun. So enemy is in a big trouble. Basically, that was a scary attack. Alright, that's quality content for you. So basically, this kind of deck is just so much weaker because Luminancer doesn't do anything without spells. So you know the enemy needs to start with them. Like, I'm not really scared about it even. Fading Hope. Well, we need to wait until we hit 5 mana for Lolth. So enemy has some time, but we just have so many answers. We need to find a good emote. Like, enemy is drawing lands and we are drawing non-lands. Yeah, this is awkward. Very awkward game. Like, come on. At some point we have to... I think I will just Fading... No, it's bad play. We cannot make bad plays. Like, Fading Hope is 2 for 1 nearly. Alright. Quite scary. Not gonna lie. I like our opponent. Be present. Smart, smart, smart. So I think we do it right now. We cannot double Fading Hope easily, anyway. And I really would love... Man, this was a great draw for the last 5 turns. Okay, I will still take it, but it was better before. It means we cannot Filter Ruin. And that's fine. What an awkward game. Like, I feel that we are completely closing it, but in such a weird way that it's just hilarious in a way. Yeah, the point of Fading Hope was that he wants to double the value from his Magecraft, and this way only one Rumi Monster always attacks, so that's not what he wants. And we have enough time to start drawing cards thanks to this. And finally, we actually hit a land. Great. Now we are a bit pressured. Honestly, Lolth is not the worst. Like, they can buff those creatures, but not really do much. But we have lands, we have card draw, and we have answers, so we wait at what they do. They need to target the spell on the creature first, and then our removal is basically 2 for 1. So that's really bad spot for them, honestly. So which one is targeted? Oh man, I'm not good with the triggers. This one, great. We might use Field of Ruin, so let's tap like this. Now he will probably protect it somehow or whatever. Wild Shape, nice. That's a Fading Hope. The battle will be legendary. That's a very decent draw. I will actually draw this. Quite a lot of triggers on the stack, but he didn't get the learn. And I will take 4 damage once. That's the problem. This hits for 2 damage a time and nothing else. Like, you need to deal 22 with this, so we need like 11 Magecraft triggers. That's pretty hard to do. That's why the Virtuoso is so much better. It has +2, but permanently, basically. It's just so much better. Alright, let's draw. And when you cut their board in half, they have no way to use... Like, they have one-time casting of all of this. So basically, if you can always bounce one of them, and it has Summoning Sickness, needs to be recast, it just slows them down insanely. Let's do it like this. I should probably use Bloodchief first, but I'm okay with this one. So this should be the first play. We would see if it dies or not, but it wouldn't change too much, to be honest. Because he still needs to get through spiders and deal 18 damage, so that's a little bit too much with 3 cards in the hand. What a bro. Be present if you are watching, you are the best. Alright, opponent goes first, we have Fading Hope, we take it. However, we don't have a lot of value right now. Negate is really good. We will keep it for Windfall, so we get 2 for 1. Oh! It's still probably Windfall, right? It's always Windfall. Too good of a card. Oh no, not Fable. Oh man, I hate Fable so much. Okay, it's done. I don't want to deal with Fable so much. This is perfect though. Man, like, it's actually really good for us so far. Now we just need to save this ninja. Probably we won't, but we just want to keep drawing cards, and as long as we draw cards, we are in a very good situation. Meathook is not the worst, it's 3 mana, so it is pretty slow, and we can still draw. Like, Meathook is probably not the best card here. Maybe Fading Hope. No, it's 1 mana removal in a way. Let's go for the Meathook for now. And let's go for blue mana, because we have double black already. Like, I would prefer non-tapped lands, but still, like, we will have 2 draws anyway. Jewel Thief. Okay, sure. That's a card that I really like. It's not really played too much, but it's really fun. Let's get rid of it. That's a lot of damage. 3 damage to remove a... Oh man, this draw was... perfect. And we are close to making another ninja. We are at 17. I think Infernal Grasp is just superior. And we have March, so we aren't so pressured. With Negate I feel really great. Especially that we have Kaito with the token again. Kaito is just carrying this game so hard. Sure. He didn't go for Blitz, that's interesting. I wonder what he has. I will go a bit all in. I feel like it. This is more mana efficient, that's why we do it. I want to get rid of the March. Okay, nice. Back to 20, back to 19. It is really tempting to attack with the Hive. I'm not sure if that's the good play. I'm not sure about it so much. That's an instant.
Bet you can't catch us.
How do we do it? I'm scared. I'm really scared. They shouldn't play counter spells, right? Let's see. If this gets countered, I will cry in a corner. If it doesn't, I will brag for the rest of my life. Yes, oh my god, he really got me scared right now. It also makes sure that the ninja is, you know, boosting the loyalty, so even if they sweep, we can replay the spiders. And this makes Kaito so much better. Even if they pay 4 mana to draw a card, like we just have better engine. And next turn we can actually Hive. Okay, that's Lolth. You know, it's not the worst. Unless they kill Kaito also. Like, losing Kaito is a big deal. Okay, you know, not great, but definitely not the worst. And now we can activate the Hive quite easily. Bankbuster is so good here. You know what? If we don't discard this and play the land, we can negate. But we should probably do it. Let's be responsible gamer. This is his only draw engine right now. Other than this, he has 2 cards. So we will take this hit, probably lose Kaito in some weird way. Here's your weird way. But we have better engine, Bankbuster. You are, bro, you are my new Kaito right now. And we will actually do it as well. A bit all-in-ish, but I don't think he has mass artifact removal, and the land gets tapped for this turn, so it will be enabled only after this turn. Fable. How horrible Fable is. Honestly, it's not the worst at this phase of the game. Like, it hurts, but there are worse things than this. And we keep Negate for them. And we can draw so many cards that Fable is not scary. So honestly, I am feeling really good right now. They will cycle. Nice. Alright, I feel that we are getting really ahead right now. I will do it right now. And we will think about this one. Because I want to hit my land, this will be extremely important. Our cardo is infinite right now, also with Kaito. So, do we want to activate one of the Bankbusters faster? I think we do. It's pretty good, and we get another treasure. Perfect. So nice. Alright, and we say go. Of course we do not play Kaito. While it's greedy and it would give us more cards, we are completely open to every attack. So if enemy has Tibalt or whatever, it gets into the board. Nice, they discarded removal. That's a thing. Sure. What will he target? He probably should attack the Bankbuster, right? Okay, I feel this is the wrong one, to be honest. But, you know, I won't be complaining. We need 2 turns to get into 7. That's a bit unfortunate, but there's no shield, so if we hit removal, we can just kill it. If we hit removal, we can just kill it. Field of Ruin, not the worst. So we have what? 6? That's 1 too little. Yeah, so I think we can draw. And honestly, I don't feel that I will Field of Ruin anything, so let's get rid of this part of mana. Okay, thank you. I guess. That's a good mana tapping. Even though... Man, maybe we just +1. Yeah, honestly, +1 just feels better. Like, our cards are crap right now, so we might as well. They might not have a lot of basics. Black is their main color, it seems, for multiple black costs. So maybe they only have Swamp, or they have 1 basics, but I don't think it's worth it. Maybe, okay, I convinced myself. 2 blue is enough, right? Okay. We don't kill this one. Next turn we want to Meathook. If I had 1 mana more, I would Bloodchief first, probably. This is 11 damage, that's a lot. Yeah, but it's okay. Like, next turn Fabulous also flipped, so we basically sweep everything he plays. It's painful turn. But we have Negate for anything that isn't a creature, and Meathook won't drain us anymore, because we have ours. Oh! That's a problem. That nearly kills us. But we'll work around it a bit. So don't you worry. 7, right? So close. Alright. We get the triggers. Trigger. And we will have a blocker for this guy. So, first of all, he needs to kill the blocker. Then he needs to attack us. And then he needs to deal 1 more damage. Oh no, that's a Meathook. I hope he targets Bankbuster, but he probably will target the Meathook. And that's a real problem, because killing enemy creatures will kill us. And he went for the shield. Alright. Probably a very good choice. Yeah, we have to. Like, no other choice, and we have Bloodchief first. I'm not sure what we need to hit, probably like another Meathook. So, a bit painful. Definitely no more Hall of the Storm Giants, we have enough. And we want as many lands as we can. Alright, so in a way, I could activate the Hall. You know what, it's not the worst. We go like this. We need to preserve every single HP that we have. And we just go with the Hall, I think. Yeah, we have 3, 6. We can actually draw. There is a chance we could destroy his lands, but we are a bit too slow. Anyway. Yeah, let's draw. We will get the treasure as well. Kaito. Did something die? What? I got drained by 1 life, right? Why? Nothing died. The token died before. Alright, maybe I missed something. I might... Yeah, whatever. So... Yeah. Because of trample we cannot make Lolth with the spiders. Obviously. And we get rid of the shield counter. So there's that. And we still have Negate. Hopefully whatever he does after the blocks. I should block with the pilot. He might mess the ordering. Sure, like, let's get the mana. Why not? Shield counter. Really good. Yep. Jewel Thief. Well, this is definitely hard. But we can block it with the Bankbuster at least. That's a land. So let's cycle it into something amazingly useful like Meathook. Fading Hope? Like, it has some potential, but it's probably not good enough. So Lolth is not great. Like, we could bounce, I guess. You know what? I will go for it. The tapping is awful.
You reek with terror.
But let's do it.
Exquisite.
We could start pressuring enemy, but I do not think that's a good idea. Let's keep Fading Hope. And maybe he attacks with Jewel Thief. Alright. That's a very interesting one. Not sure who... Like, enemy is definitely ahead, thanks to Meathook. Wow. That's a good top deck. But it doesn't give trample, right? Put counters. And haste. Okay, good. It's not the worst. It's definitely not what I wanted to see, but it's also not the worst. Alright, that's a problem. So we double block them. Let's see the attackers then, my friend. I would love to scry, but I don't think we should. So first of all, let's do the thing. Actually, let's Field of Ruin right now and see if he has the lands. And let's make sure that we tap correctly for it. We also get colored mana, so we take Island. He can take the mana, but he needs to use it in combat phase, and that's not really something he can do. Let's see if he has one. If not, we will use the other Field of Ruin. Okay, that's a forest. So I think he has one of each basics. Alright. Now we Fading Hope the Titan, because it has trample. Now we crew the Bankbuster, that's the last moment to do it. Alright, and how do we block? Like, there's not much of a choice, right? We do it like this, so there's not a single damage that will go through. Enemy heals. Yeah, we can just crew again. Not really very beneficial. However, we get some loyalty counters on Lolth. I guess we have a spider for attacking. You know, stuff. Titan with haste, and this is a big pain. Alright, this is pretty good. Alright, so I think we need to go a bit aggressive finally. We will attack with the spider. You know what? With this draw, I think we're okay. The Titan is extremely slow. And he will be casting it for a long, long time. Do we draw? Yes, we do. 3 HP is so much. And we got a very good draw. Enemy probably cannot kill this creature. So let's actually do it right now. We can go for 8. I'm not keeping Negate, because life is so way more important. Actually, let's go for 10. This is a bit all-in, but I don't think he can protect his creature. If he can, I'm just dead. Oh man, that was a scary moment of hesitation. He has cycling, maybe? Don't know, but definitely was scary. So the guard is down completely, but we have Bloodchief first and we can draw up to 3 cards a turn. Alright, enemy burned the treasure. So, oh, like if he's going for this, it just means we need to answer 1 Titan a turn with 3 cards. So, you know, like there's a big potential to keep up. We have 25 cards, that's quite a lot, and part of them are Meathook Massacres. Part of them are Meathook Massacres. Alright, this will be a cool play. We attack like this, and if he wants to block and kill the creature, he needs to sacrifice the shield, which he doesn't want. If not, we get to draw a card for free and not lose anything. Alright. Bankbuster. Spiders don't really do much. Thank you, game. That's exactly what I wanted. A bit late, I guess, but still. So how do we do it? Yeah, we have to cast Meathook right now. Let's go for 7. And as an added benefit, we start having our own Meathook, so draining won't be a thing. Enemy just cannot stand it. Like, he has Titan that he took, and he's just like, oh man, it will never end. And it actually won't, because we have so much removal and bounce spells and Meathooks. Like, he cannot do it by playing 1 Titan a turn against 2 Planewalkers. Alright, we are on the play, so it's already great. Let's start with the Fading Hope. Who knows? It might be some crazy deck that we really don't want creatures to go through. This is extremely important turn. We want to Kaito. I really don't want to get Juaried. We might get Juaried. I really hate it. Let's risk it. Is this Juari in 3-color deck? Of course it's Juari in 3-color deck. The greed paid off. And now we are in trouble, because that was our main value joke. We are actually completely fine. Easy game. That's exactly how I wanted. I tricked myself, enemy, viewers, everyone. Nobody expected it, and inside we knew this will happen. Like, definitely will happen. Yeah, definitely. Alright, so that's enough. Back to the game. Man, when you have the Bankbuster, it just feels so much better. I don't think we go for Lier. It's way too early. We don't even get good value from it. Let's just pressure with the Hive a bit. Yeah. Let's make enemy think for a moment. We actually don't have too much blue mana, so enemy knows it has to be either Negate or we don't have counter spells, but we'll get them. And here it is, the hero we needed. Let's start the siege. If there was no priority, I would probably just screw and attack with the Bankbuster. You know what? It's actually pretty good. We might lose one card, but with Lier I think we are okay. And like, if he removes this, then he has problem removing the shade, so, you know, more or less the same stuff. Wandering Emperor. In your Is It deck with Juaris. Okay, I see, I see. I see. That's definitely not what I expected, but it means that the shade might not be exiled. And this is basically the card that enemy wants exiled. Okay. Let's see if he can also protect it. I guess we could try to bait with Fading Hope and then go for Bloodchief first, but oh, enemy is just going all in. Oh, wow. He really wanted it gone. Okay, that's interesting. Enemy has no protection spells though. I'm not sure if that's what he wants. And for this reason, we will kill the gold spam. Infernal Grasp, of course. Yeah. Infernal Grasp, of course, cannot target the Planewalker, so that's why we play like this. And the tapper, the freaking tapper, tapped the blue mana for some reason, even though we can only play Fading Hope. Wow. Like, enemy is definitely having all the answers so far. On point. And another gold spam. Top 13 cards. Double gold spam. Oh man, what a guy. So we can remove the token. Let's start with the thingy. Like, the game is definitely not over unless he has another protection or something like this. Alright. He will make a +1 and we'll try to benefit from it. And Skyclave will pressure the Emperor quite a lot. And we are in no fear of die. Are you freaking serious? Third gold span and top 14 cards. I'm not saying nice, but man, nice. Oh man, I don't want to go to combat. He even plays smart. I hate it. Oh man. So, do we want to bait him? Like, after Lier we have only 2 mana. So we probably have to preserve the life total. Bankbuster is way too slow right now. Like, with the third gold span dragon is definitely super hard right now. Oh nice, a negate. Alright, instead of ranting all the time, let's check what we have. We could go for Infernal Grasp, kill the Emperor, and I think that's a good plan. Like, that's one of the benefits of all those shades. They really get rid of Planewalkers very easily. Alright, and this is the Infernal Grasp mana, so he can protect the gold span. Yeah, and kill us. Probably that's how it ends. Man, the more I play Standard, the more I just cannot stand this card. Like, every time, enemy... Wow, he actually sacrificed it. You know what? It's actually very good for us. I will decline. That's the strangest play I have ever seen in my life. I don't know if it's correct. It doesn't seem like it. But you know, sure. We have negate mana open. Maybe we want to double negate, but I think it's a bit better to play like this. Alright, is there anything he can want to get from the graveyard? What is his mana? Invokes? Maybe? Maybe invokes? On the creature sides, I don't think they have it. Into the future, or whatever it's called, maybe. Let's get rid of the expressive iteration maybe. Not really sure about what to exile. I don't think it matters. Alright. We could go for... No, it's not good. Let's just keep doing our thing. It's 6 damage a turn. Enemy needs to do something very quickly. For some reason I don't want Emperor in the graveyard. Don't know why. Enemy needs to draw. Like, he put himself in this situation. Like, he had really winning. I think he would win with the gold span. But he decided otherwise. You know, next turn he will die. I like how the tapper changed how he taps. So enemy can see that we drew a black card. It's actually so funny. Let's get rid of the instance, I guess. We won't have time for all the gold spans, so one will always be in the graveyard. So previously it was always 2 blue left, and now it's 1 black and 1... Sure. Like, do we really negate it? It gives him scry, I guess. If he has gold, like, he cannot have plan with 1 card to kill us. It means that he's out of options right now and he wants the top deck. And it worked. Yeah. Man, I feel like he completely butchered this game with this counter spell. Lier wasn't so scary, I guess. I don't know, maybe. I guess he didn't have anything to protect, like March. If he had Fading Hope then, he just needed to bounce his dragon and replay it next turn and that's it, and he would win the game probably. I don't know, it feels wrong a bit. Alright, we're going first with hand that asks for Boros. So we will see if the hand is good enough. I really hope that we don't hit any control deck, because that would be a blowout. Like, our cards in the hand right now don't do anything against control. You know what? This is definitely most likely Island. So this can be cast on curve. And it seems that we are indeed against control. Oh man. Oh man. This is the matchmaker. When you have 6 removal cards, it means that you won't get paired with control. Well, okay. Sagiri Shelter means that there must be some creatures, right? You know what? Let's start like this. I think we need to shade away. Are you freaking kidding me? It's fine, but I wanted to play exactly around Juwari and now they play stuff. Oh my god. It's fine, we will still win this, but oh man, everything. So we are doing like this because it gets countered. And I don't think we'll have so much time to double Meathook Massacre. Yeah, sure. This is actually unfortunate, right? It's phased out during our turn as well. So yeah, that's actually really bad. Okay, so the correct play was to do it main phase and play Bloodchief first as the first one. So yeah, a bit of a mistake. Actually quite a big mistake. So how do we salvage it? We Infernal Grasp at Denster, then Bloodchief first Infernal Grasp, so he needs 3 protection spells. That should be enough. We need to kill Virtuoso as soon as possible. And unfortunately, we probably need to wait until he casts his spells. Like, they are for white mana. He can cast double white spells, basically for free, because he still keeps up double island for protection, or triple island for protection. Alright. That's okay. So the first protection spell is gone. This will be the second one. That's a good one. I really hoped for the phase out, because this would make security bypass fizzle. And now he will get a lot of connive, we get hit by a lot. However, we are nearly guaranteed to kill this. He played the land, so he cannot have more than one protection spell, and we can play 2 stuff. So I really hope he doesn't have a follow-up with another creature. But if he doesn't, we are completely fine. We can cast it like that. Oh! That went easier than expected. Alright, so what is the play? This should be island, probably. Do we even cast it? I think that Bankbuster might be a bit more important. Like, we don't win this game by just smorking enemy for 6 turns. We need to kill his creatures, and this will help us. Alright. Tempting, but not good enough. He needs to... Oh man, I messed up the mana. I knew it should be black. Oh man, that's such a huge deal. And he will connive so much. Alright. I deserved it. It can also be a counter spell, but I want to have X2 in case he has some quick buff somehow. I actually don't know what can do a +1 on toughness at instant speed. Yeah, this is more like it. But we are using the Meathook because it's slower. So it's better to get rid of it. Well, this will hurt. Oh man. This game was definitely winnable. And maybe we'll win it, but it's getting really hard. So it's what, 10 damage? And the enemy has 2 cards and 3 blue mana, so that's not great. That's a really good draw. Probably the best one. Alright. Uncounterable. And the final play. Oh man, he actually has it. Good game. Better player won. Oh, that doesn't feel great.